Welcome to Public Pictures Theater and our feature presentation, The Little Princess.
This was the first Technicolor film that Shirley Temple appeared in. While Technicolor had been used in Hollywood for over a decade already, the company had insisted in using 1,000-foot candle lights in order to get proper exposure.
These lights produced so much heat that the studio thought it might be dangerous for Shirley to work under those conditions. Arthur C. Miller, a cinematographer for the Technicolor company, conducted a series of tests and found that using 400 to 500-foot candle lights produced enough light without creating too much heat for the young child.
Marsha Mae Jones, who plays Lavinia, received hate mail from Shirley Temple fans over her character's treatment of Temple's character, Sarah Crewe.
The original story was a novel published in 1888 and called Sarah Crewe, or What Happened at Miss Minchin's, by Frances Hodgson Burnett. It was adapted for the stage in London in 1902 as A Little Princess and New York in 1903 as The Little Princess.
The plays were so successful that publisher C. Scribner's and Sons suggested that Burnett include some of the scenes in her original novel. The final novel, A Little Princess, being the whole story of Sarah Crewe, was published in 1905.
The first president of Disneyland, Jack Lindquist, appears beside Temple as one of the two page boys during the film's dream sequence.
After filming was completed, Darryl Zanuck of Fox requested additional scenes to be shot, totaling $300,000, pushing the cost of the picture over $1 million. This made The Little Princess the most expensive Shirley Temple movie to date.
We hope you enjoy our feature presentation, The Little Princess.
Soldiers, Daddy, if it's only going to be a little war.
Make those stubborn Boers take us seriously this time, my darling. When they realize Her Majesty intends to put a stop to their nonsense, they'll quiet down.
They'd better. Anyhow, when you get there, you'll stop them, won't you, Daddy?
I'll do my best, dear. I'll be back and we'll be together again before you can say knife.
I can say knife a good many times in a year.
But at the school, you'll have charming little girls to play with, books to read, a pony to ride, and after all, there'll be Emily, you know.
Yes, there will be Emily. And she does look as though she'd be an understanding friend, don't you think, Daddy?
With that intellectual forehead, I'm sure of it.
It's not a very cheerful-looking school, is it, Daddy?
I'm afraid nothing had seemed very cheerful to us at the moment.
Well, maybe it'll be better on the inside.
Of course it will.
Oh, I'm sorry, sir. You're sorry. We're all sorry. Get him out.
The very idea of delivering a thing like this at the front door.
Oh, look, Daddy, my pony.
Your employer will answer for this. Now take him away.
Yes, far away.
Oh, no, Daddy.
Oh, I say. Just a moment. You are Miss Minchin?
I am.
I'm Captain Crewe. I'm afraid I've caused you no end of inconvenience.
You most certainly have, Captain Crewe.
May I step inside and explain?
Come in.
Wait here with the pony.
Righto, Governor.
I'm terribly sorry. I had no intention of having the pony delivered inside your house.
There are a number of things beside the pony. Parcels have been arriving here, collect for your daughter for hours. Follow me, please. Apparently, you are not aware, Captain Crewe, that I conduct one of the most dignified and exclusive schools in London.
Oh, yes, so I understood. That's precisely the reason why I brought my daughter to you.
I would not have gathered that from your actions.
Really, now, I'm not entirely to blame. You see, Sarah and I have only just arrived from India. Sarah's lived there practically all her life. We'd no more than got here when I learned that my regiment was to leave at once for South Africa, so we had to act hurriedly.
But I wrote you, explaining that I do not take young ladies without an interview and the most impeccable references. I wrote you also that at the moment I had no vacant rooms.
Well, in that case, Daddy, we might as well move on.
This is a bit awkward. You see, your letter never reached me, and I'm afraid it never occurred to me that any school wouldn't welcome my little Sarah.
Obviously.
If it's a question of my social standing, my father was Sir George Crewe. You've heard of him, perhaps.
Oh, naturally.
And the best financial references I could give you would be the directors of the South African Holding Syndicate. I'm the principal stockholder in the syndicate.
My brother, Captain Crewe, our professor of elocution and dramatics.
How do you do?
Charmed, I'm sure. I say, isn't the Eclipse Diamond Mines one of your holdings?
One of the most important, of course.
Of course, of course.
I'm sorry to appear casual, Miss Minchin, but the situation is quite distressing. I sail in an hour from the East India docks.
I expect you just have to take me to Africa with you, Daddy.
Oh, no. And what would a little girl like you do in Africa? Forgive me, Captain Crewe. I fear I've been overzealous. The reputation of my school, you know, one has to be so cautious. But after this interview, I can see at a glance. Such a dear little child. It will be a pleasure to have her with us.
Does that mean I've got to stay?
Yes, dear. You're to have that privilege. You and your little pony.
Such a dear little pony.
This is made out to the school. Will it be enough for the moment?
Oh, quite.
I should say it would. Why, it's stupendous.
I beg your pardon, but haven't I seen you somewhere before?
Quite possible, my dear Captain.
Your face is most familiar. Were you ever on the stage? I seem to associate you with one of the old music halls.
Music halls? My brother on the stage? Ridiculous.
Ridiculous indeed. You're quite right.
And now, shall we look at little Sarah's rooms? Just a moment, Miss Rose. This is Miss Rose, one of my most capable teachers. Captain Crewe has done us the honor of placing his little daughter, Sarah, with us.
How do you do, Miss Rose?
How do you do, Captain Crewe? We shall do everything we can to make your little girl happy.
I'm sure you will.
Children, we have a new pupil, Sarah Crewe. Say how do you do to her.
How do you do? I'm very well, thank you.
Lavinia, Jessie, that will do. You may proceed, Miss Rose.
Children,
She's just like a little princess, isn't she? That's what she is, a princess. And I expect now some people around here won't think they're so smart.
Oh, won't they? Wait and see. Princess indeed.
Fortunately, the rooms have just been papered, and the fireplace has an excellent draft.
But I thought you didn't have any rooms.
But I didn't know then what a dear little girl was coming.
Why does that make more rooms, Daddy?
Lady Bentley's little daughter has only recently vacated the rooms. Our best suite, of course.
Do you think you could brighten it up a bit? I'd like it made as gay as possible. I brought a few things from India, but perhaps you could buy whatever else is necessary.
With pleasure, Captain Crewe.
I'd like Sarah to ride every afternoon, if the weather's all right.
Of course. Fortunately, we have a splendid riding master.
I expect you think I'm completely spoiling the child. And no doubt you're right. But actually, it's good for her. She's much too inclined to bury her little nose in a book and keep it there until someone lures her out of it. You see, Miss Minchin, Sarah has no mother, and we've never been separated for more than a few days.
How touching.
This is going to be very hard for her.
Have no fear, Captain Crewe. I'm a mother to all my little girls. And now, I'll leave you to your farewells.
How much longer have we got, Daddy?
Only a few minutes, darling. You're learning me by heart, little Sarah.
No, Daddy. I know you by heart. You're inside my heart.
We're going to be brave, aren't we? I tell you what. Let's pretend we're back in India. And I'm going away with the troop for a few days, shall we? We've fought this kind of battle before, haven't we? And you never cried once when I went away. Remember?
Yes, Daddy.
Well, this is going to be our hardest battle. But we'll be good soldiers, won't we?
Yes, Daddy.
Shall we say goodbye, like we used to at home?
Yes, Daddy.
All right, then. Chin up. Go to the window and look out. Now, say it as we used to. My daddy has to go away, but he'll return most any day. Any moment I may see my daddy coming back to me.
My daddy has to go away, but he'll return most any day. I can't do it this time. I can't do it. You're crying too.
Afraid we're not quite such good soldiers as we thought.
Oh, yes, we are. I can do it now. My daddy has to go away, but he'll return most any day. Any moment, I may see my daddy coming back to me. I will do it. I will. I'll pretend this is part of a war. You'll be the enemy, and you'll be my trusty lance. Now, ready, aim, fire! Oh. Ouch! I guess we'll have to call in reserves. Sulam, Kub Malsan Hai.
Good morning. Mrs. Saab speaks Hindustani?
I've lived in India all my life. You lad, बहुत absurd hai.
सब दुनिया से अच्छा है. Mrs. Saab is going to live in England now?
Only until my father gets through making the Boers behave.
This Saab is then a soldier.
Yes, my father's a captain. Captain Crew. I'm Sarah. What is your name?
I am Randas, servant to the Honorable Lord Wickham, and to her ladyship Rani.
Randas! Randas!
Yes, sir.
What the deuce are you dawdling here? Finish with that bird and get on with your work.
Good morning.
How do you do?
I'll be here at the window most every morning in case you want to talk about India.
Good morning, Sarah.
Oh, good morning.
Ready for breakfast, dear?
Well, I'm trying to be, but I don't seem to be very good at these buttons. My thumb gets lost in the hole.
Here, let me help you. Buttons are a bother, aren't they?
I never had to button things before, but I'll learn.
I'm sure you will. Here, put your shoe up. Come in. Good morning, Becky.
Good morning. Is the young laddie any boots to be done? Well, only the pair I wore yesterday. I'll get them. I'll get them, miss. Oh, I beg your pardon, miss. Are you hurt? No, miss. You mustn't be up on me, miss. Just hold out your arms and I'll pile them on. Oh, Lord, miss. If Miss Minchin was to see. Do you think you can hold two more? Yes, miss. There you are. Are you all right? You take care of all those? Yes, miss.
And she does them beautifully.
Ah, thanks, you, miss. Thank you for doing my shoes. Oh, I'm sorry. That's all right. Goodbye, Becky. Goodbye. Bye. Well, perhaps this isn't going to be such a bad school after all with you and Becky here.
Oh, we'll have to hurry, dear. Miss Minchin doesn't like anyone to be late.
Tell me, Miss Rose, do you think Miss Minchin could be as cross as she looks? What will I have to do today?
Well, after breakfast, you'll have a class in arithmetic.
Arithmetic.
Then English, then French, then one in elocution and deportment, history and geography.
Phew! I'm going to be a busy person, aren't I? When do I get to ride my pony?
Later this afternoon, about 4 o'clock.
Oh.
Children, our new pupil, Sarah Crew, will be down presently. As you've seen, Captain Crew is a very delightful man, and their family is most distinguished. I shall expect you to treat her accordingly. Now, you may take your places. Good morning. Ah, good morning, Sarah.
Good morning.
I'm so happy you feel like joining us this morning. Did you sleep well?
No, I didn't, thank you.
Come, dear. Lavinia, you and Jessie will move down one place. Sarah will be seated at my right after this.
Why, Miss Minchin, this has always been my place.
Lavinia. For this food and all the bountiful gifts bestowed upon us, we are duly grateful and do now give thanks. Why are you putting salt on your plate, dear?
Just in case you should ask me to have one of your eggs.
Mr. Jeffrey, will I saddle the pony for the wee lassie?
I think not, Sandy. We'd best use the mare for her first few lessons.
Very good, sir. Come on, lad.
Hello there.
Hello, Jeffrey.
What luck. The old girl allowed you to come out.
Sarah, this is Mr. Jeffrey Hamilton. Little Miss Crew's our new pupil.
How do you do?
How do you do? I believe I'm to teach you to ride.
Teach me?
And that means 2 bob a day extra for me.
Oh. Is 2 bob a great deal of money?
Value's a comparative. In my present state, it's a fortune.
Well, in that case, I guess I better be taught. Is my pony ready?
I think we'd best start you out on something a little tamer, huh?
Oh. Then hadn't I better explain things to my pony? He might feel hurt.
Right you are. Ponies are very sensitive creatures. Explain the whole thing to him thoroughly. He's right there by the arch.
It may take me some time.
That's quite all right. We'll wait here in the tack room.
All right. Oh, General? Well, Mr. Jeffrey's gonna give me something tamer than you. I'm afraid it isn't gonna be much of a ride.
Rose, something's wrong. What is it?
Miss Minchin's taken away my Thursday afternoons.
But why?
We must have been seen together.
Well, does that mean that I can never see you alone again?
Of course not, darling. No matter what Miss Minchin says, we'll find a way.
Well, I can't understand the woman. What is she afraid of? Why shouldn't we see one another?
Gossip, I suppose. She only lives for that school and her ideas of propriety and snobbishness.
Fiddlesticks. She's afraid of losing an excellent teacher whom she gets for nothing. I won't stand for it. I'll have a talk with her myself.
Oh, no, darling, you mustn't do that. She'd only discharge us both.
She may not have the chance if things continue to pop in South Africa.
You mean you might go?
Wouldn't you want me to, if they called for volunteers?
Of course, darling. You'd have to. Oh, Jeffrey.
There's nothing to worry about now, dear. This poor rumpus will never get that serious.
I expect I'll have to make my visit a little longer. Oh, Mr. Birdie, is there one this morning for the little princess?
We shall see, my child. We shall see.
If she don't hear from her father ever so often, her eyes get that sad. It hurts me to look on them.
Have no fear, little one. There's a letter for her this time.
I'm that glad, sir.
Lost a week, down that alley came a toff.
Nice old geezer with a rusty cough.
Sees my Mrs. takes his topper off.
In a very gentlemanly way. What a cheer all the night was cried. Oh, you're gonna meet Bill, and you want the street Bill. Love, Lord, I thought I should have died. I'm not to make the old tent road.
A letter?
It's from my daddy.
Oh, how nice.
But it isn't. It's very bad news.
Really? What's the matter, dear?
He says the Boers aren't behaving quite as he expected, and he may not get here in time for my birthday.
Well, that's months off. So many things may happen before then. He may still come, you know.
I am writing Miss Minchin to give you a birthday party such as I should give you if I were there. You are to go on a regular spree, buy anything and everything your heart desired. Now, last and most important of all, my darling, I want you to pause at exactly 2 o'clock on your birthday. Close your eyes and send me a kiss, for my eyes also will be closed, and I will be giving you a kiss, too. Isn't he the most wonderful man in all the world?
With one exception.
Well, Mr. Jeffrey is very nice. What's that? Who are they, Miss Rose?
They're the volunteers.
Are they going to South Africa, too?
Yes, dear. They're going to the relief of our poor soldiers at Mafeking.
Is something the matter with our soldiers at Mafeking?
The Boers have them all cut off, and we've been unable to break through their lines to get help to them.
Oh,
They're sick and hungry, dear, and desperate. They're holding out like true British soldiers.
Miss Rose, my daddy's mafficking.
Oh, darling, I'm so sorry. I didn't know.
Oh, Miss Rose.
Oh, shh. Darling, you mustn't cry. I'm sure you'll be all right.
Good afternoon, Mr. Jeffrey.
Good afternoon, Martha. Is Miss Sarah ready for her ride?
Yes, sir. She'll be down presently.
Thanks. Oh, are we all ready?
Hello, Jeffrey.
The two most beautiful ladies in the world. Why, you're not in your riding things.
Oh, I can't go today. Ermengarde needs extra tutoring.
Oh, will it take all afternoon?
I'm afraid so. I have to stay with her till she can spell Constantinople.
Good heavens, that may take months.
You leave that to me.
Shall we go? Have you been crying? But you have. There are still tears in your eyes.
It's just this London fog.
Oh, well, if that's all, let's be off, shall we?
Mr. Jeffrey, would you mind very much if we didn't ride today?
Not at all, dear. But may I ask why not?
I'd like to talk to you.
All right.
It's about Mafeking. Are the soldiers really starving and sick and cut off from everything? You see, my father's there, and I've got to know.
Oh, it's not as bad as all that. Our men aren't having an easy time of it, it's true. But they're holding out. And we're sending fresh troops every day, you know. Why, they'll be relieving Mafeking in no time at all now.
It's getting harder every day to pretend my father's safe.
Don't you worry. See here, I'll let you in on a little secret. I enlisted today, and while I don't want Miss Rose to know quite yet, I'll be going over there shortly myself.
To Mafeking? And perhaps you can help my father.
Rather. We'll get him out.
What the blazes are you doing here?
Hello.
Handsome, you impudent puppy. What are you doing here?
Don't be frightened, Sarah. It's only my grandfather.
Don't you believe him, young woman? I disowned him the day he was born.
And we're really very fond of each other.
Of course we are. What? We're nothing of the kind.
As a favor to me, will you please stop shouting at my best-paying pupil?
Pupil? Paying? What are you talking about?
I am master of the horse in this exclusive seminary for young ladies.
You take advantage of my absence to become a riding master? And next door to my own house? Where's your family pride, boy?
Well, so one must eat, and family pride is a pretty thin diet.
Oh, blackmail, eh? You think I'll buy you off?
I hadn't thought of that, but it's not a bad idea.
Well, I'll see you hanged, drawn, and quartered first. Wait till I see the woman who runs this school. I'll put a spoke in your wheel.
Do. She'd love to know my grandfather is Lord Wickham. She'll probably raise my salary.
They have finished, Mrs. Alvin. Lord Wickham is coming.
Then I'm going.
Impudent young pup. Just like his father. Riding master.
Maybe you're fond of him, but I don't think he's very fond of you.
Oh, he's harmless. His bark's worse than his bite.
I should hope so. Why is he so mad at you?
Oh, he isn't really. He was angry with my father. I was mixed up in their quarrel. What he really wants is to have me come begging to him for help. He'd be eating out of my hand if I would.
I don't think I'd care to have him eating out of my hand.
How would you like to have me eating out of your hand?
You? Oh, that would be different.
Well, I shall. It'll do me a favor. Very important one.
Oh, could I?
I've got an idea that you're the only one in the world who could. I want you to get Miss Rose to go shopping with you next Wednesday.
Shopping?
Well, shopping's as good an excuse as any for Miss Minchin. Now, listen.
Really? To Miss Rose? Has she said she would? Oh, that's wonderful. No, not a soul. Not even Emily.
Good girl. Now I've got to go. I must do some preliminary shopping.
You don't have to tell me what for. Something gold and shiny.
Right you are.
Come in. What do you want? I'm very busy.
Miss Minchin, I wanted to ask you something.
Oh, it's you. What do you want, dear?
I'm going to ask you a big favor.
Yes?
Mr. Jeffrey's leaving today for the war. He's been so very nice to me. I thought I ought to fill my social obligations by doing something for him. That's what you teach us, isn't it? When someone shows you a kindness, you show them one in return.
Well, doing something for Mr. Jeffrey scarcely comes under the rules of social obligations. But what is it you want to do for him?
May I have him for tea?
Here at the school?
Oh, couldn't I please, since he's going away to war?
Well, I suppose it would be permissible since he was one of the teachers. You need not mention it to the other young ladies, however.
No, Miss Minchin. Thank you, Miss Minchin. Oh, thank you, Miss Minchin.
We must teach something. After all the trouble little Sarah's gone to.
I think she'll understand. You've forgotten your ring.
No, I haven't. See? I'm always afraid I'll forget and wear it in front of Miss Minchin. I did yesterday, and fortunately for us, she didn't see it.
How I'd love to tell the old girl.
Can't do that yet, darling.
I know. You sorry you married me?
As though you didn't know.
I only wanted you to tell me again. Oh, my darling. I'll be living this last week over every moment that I'm away from you.
And we won't be separated, will we? Because I'll be living it over, too.
I thought you were having Mr. Hamilton to tea.
I am. I mean, I was, but...
Who's in that room?
Oh, please don't go in there, Miss Minchin.
Miss Minchin, Miss Rose and I...
We were saying goodbye, Miss Minchin.
How dare you risk the reputation of my school in this manner?
Nothing's happened that damages your precious school's reputation. As a matter of fact, Miss Rose and I...
Jeffrey, for my sake.
Oh, please, Miss Minchin. It was all my fault.
Silence. Since you are here merely to say goodbye, please do so. Now.
Bye, Jeffrey.
Bye, Mr. Jeffrey.
Bye, dear.
Sarah, I shall expect an explanation of this.
Yes, Miss Minchin. As soon as I can think of one.
They've been cornered like rats for 7 months.
I say send more troops to Mafeking if it takes every man in England.
I'm with you.
No! No! Oh, my boy! My boy! My boy! Oh! They killed my boy! I know soldiers are supposed to stand a lot, and my daddy is a good soldier. But they've waited so long for help. Please do something about Mafeking right away, but they'll all be lost. My daddy won't come back. Oh. Thank you for being so quick about it this time. Get up! Get up! Mafeking is relieved! Get up! Wake up, everybody! Mafeking is relieved! Oh, Mr. Birdie, did you hear? Mafeking is relieved!
Yes, darling, isn't it great news?
Sarah! Oh, Miss Rose, they're safe! Becky and Mr. Jeffrey are safe. What is it? What's wrong? Nothing's wrong. Nothing. Maverick is relieved. Children! Oh, Miss Minchin, isn't it wonderful? Do you hear the cheering? Hooray!
It is a happy circumstance that Sarah's birthday should fall on a day when we're celebrating a glorious victory for Her Majesty's army. And now, Sarah, will you explain to the children your wishes about your birthday?
I'm very happy to have you here. And I thought I would like to give presents today, not just receive them, because I wanted to show how grateful I am that my father has been rescued.
Quiet, children, quiet.
Shall we do the presents now?
Yes, but your gifts first, Sarah. This is from me.
Oh, thank you, Miss Midgeon. Now all I need is to know how to sew.
And this from the entire school. Here are pictures of your native India.
Oh, thank you ever and ever so much. I shouldn't have to pretend nearly so hard when I want to make believe I'm there.
And now, do you want the others to have their presents?
Yes, if you please. They're all over here. And your names are all on them. Here you are, Miss Rose.
Oh, how nice.
And would you help with the other presents?
Of course, dear.
And this is for you, Miss Minchin.
Oh, how thoughtful, Sarah.
And,
Ermengarde, this is for you.
From one old trooper to another. Me in younger and happier days, when I was better known as Bubbling Bertie.
oh, thank you. We'd better keep this present a secret.
Mum's the word.
I should say it is. Here, this is from me.
Thank you.
Hope you like it.
Why, it's just what I wanted.
Mum's the word, you know.
Rather.
Oh, miss. Oh. Here's my present, miss. And I'm so very good. Oh, thank you, Becky. And I'm nothing but flannel, miss. And the flannel ain't so very new. Oh, you dear Becky. You made it all yourself. Yes, miss. I made it at nights. I knew you could pretend it was setting with diamond pins stuck in. It's beautiful, Becky. I shall love it. Oh, will you, miss? The flannel ain't so very new. And this isn't so very new either. It's my present to you. A present from me, miss? Yes, Becky, with my love. Oh, what is it, miss? It's a scarab from Egypt. My daddy gave it to me because it brings good luck. I'd rather you had it than anyone else I know. Oh, Lord, miss. I think I'm going to find it. Oh, no, Becky. Not now. I have lots more presents for you, too, in my room. I don't know what to say, miss. You're sweet, Becky.
Yes, dear, it's very nice.
Oh, look at mine, Miss Manchin.
Beg pardon, miss.
Yes?
Mr. Barrow of Barrow and Skipworth is here to see you.
Today? I didn't send for him.
He seems very much upset about something. He's waiting in your office.
Very well, I'll go at once.
Miss Rose?
The scarf is beautiful.
Miss Rose, will you be sure to tell me when it's almost 2 o'clock?
Of course, dear.
You know, I have a very special appointment with my daddy. He's going to be thinking of me at exactly 2.
I'll watch the time.
Thank you, Miss Rose. Oh, Sarah, thank you for the handkerchiefs. They're lovely. Don't you think it's time to cut the cake? Oh, yes, the cake.
Pray be seated, Mr. Barrow.
How much did you advance for this party? Quite a sum, I suspect.
What does it matter? Captain Crewe is a very wealthy man. His check will be here shortly.
No, Miss Minchin. There'll be no check.
What? What do you mean by that?
The late Captain Crewe.
The late Captain Crewe?
Captain Crewe is dead. He was so reported in the list this morning. Moreover, he died a bankrupt.
Bankrupt? But his property, his mines.
His property and his mines were confiscated by the enemy.
You mean to tell me that that child is penniless? That she's left on my hands with nothing?
She's certainly left penniless, and she's certainly left on your hands. She hasn't a relative in the world that we know of.
But her father's account is overdrawn. I was expecting a check in advance, the money for this party.
So I understand.
But this is monstrous.
Now you have to make a wish and blow out all the candles with one breath.
My wish is that my father will come back very soon.
Now take a big breath.
I haven't got very good lungs, have I?
I'll turn her out in the streets.
Do you think that wise, Miss Minchin? The reputation of your school, you know.
My school?
Well, the report might get about, and it might not sound well to the parents of some of your other pupils.
Yes, that is so.
Of course. The child could be made to serve in your employ until her indebtedness is worked out.
But that would take years.
Quite so. But at least it's better than nothing.
Hurry, children, your ice cream's melting.
Here, thank you, Sarah.
Sarah, it's almost 2 o'clock, darling.
Thank you, Miss Rose. Oh, Daddy, I am thinking of you. And I know that wherever you are, you're thinking of me, too. Oh, Miss Rose, I felt him with me. I really did.
Miss Minchin wants you, dear.
Oh, all right.
Children, you will leave your gifts here.
Why? Where are they going? Why can't they take the presents with them?
Because they are not yours to give.
But I don't understand.
You will later. Go to your room now.
But Miss Minchin.
Sarah, go to your room. All of you.
Now will you tell me what it's all about?
What has happened, Miss Minchin?
Whatever it is, you might have let her off a bit easier.
Silence. Captain Crewe is dead. His name appeared on the list today. He's left the child a pauper.
Oh, Miss Minchin.
You had better tell her.
Oh, I couldn't do that.
You will do as you are told.
Oh, Miss Rose, what's wrong? Why did Miss Minchin stop the party?
Sarah, I want to talk to you a minute, dear. Oh, darling.
Oh, Miss Rose, what is it?
Sarah, you're a soldier's daughter. And you know that that means being brave and courageous, don't you? No matter what happens.
Oh, Miss Rose, is it something awful?
Your father.
But my father's all right. Mafeking is relieved. You heard them say so.
Help didn't get there soon enough, dear. For him. His name appeared on the list this morning.
You mean with the wounded?
No, dear.
My daddy is...
Oh, Sarah, I'm so sorry.
It can't be. It isn't true. I won't believe it. He isn't dead. He isn't.
Have you?
Yes.
You may go. Sarah, you understand, of course, that these rooms can no longer be yours. Come with me. This is to be your room in the future. I shall have to sell your furnishings and your clothes to pay part of the debt your father owed. Ordinarily, you would go to a charitable institution, but I'm going to let you remain here. There will be duties for you to perform, of course. I hope you appreciate my kindness in not sending you away. I was unable to find a black dress among your things, so one of the girls has given you this. You better take off that party frock and put this on. I'll send up some shoes.
I don't believe it. I don't. I don't! My daddy has to go away. But he'll return most any day. Any moment I may see my daddy coming back to me.
And Miss Minchin's gonna sell all her things.
It was beastly having to give back our presents.
How do you feel now about your little princess?
Oh, Miss, is there anything I can do? No, Becky. Thank you. Sarah, I'm sorry.
Sarah, from now on, you're not to sit with us. Return to your room and smooth down those curls. Then go to the kitchen. Run along now. Girls, Lavinia, you may take your old place beside me.
Mrs. O'Connell?
Oh, so the missus has sent you down to me, has she?
Miss Minchin said I'm to have my breakfast here.
You'll do more than eat your breakfast if you work for that one.
I should be glad to help.
You will, eh? Look at you. Look what you're doing. For that, you'll get no breakfast. Min, you better make some more toast for the missus. Sure. Coming up. Here's your breakfast. Take it over there. We don't associate with royalty.
Let me wait on you, miss.
No, you don't. She can wait on herself. You can sit there and watch her eat. Perhaps that'll teach you a lesson.
Please, Mrs. O'Connell, may I give my breakfast to Becky? I'm not hungry this morning.
Give it to the cat if you like, and get to work. Wash them dishes.
No, miss, I don't want it.
The mail just came.
Miss Rose? I'll take the mail, if you please. My darling girl, I have been half mad trying to find a way out for you since your letter reached me. But it has come. My grandfather has relented. I pray heaven that this money and my love will help you bear what lies ahead. Jeffrey.
You say this girl's a teacher at your school?
She was, until I discharged her today. We're not likely to hear from her again.
And I was prepared to turn over a handsome sum to that boy when he got back. Even made an ass of myself and sent him a check.
Then I was right to withhold this. He made it over to her.
You're not very fond of the girl, are you?
Hardly, under the circumstances.
You're sure the girl has no legitimate claims on him?
I brought her up from a foundling. Is it likely she would not have consulted me if their love had been respectable?
Brandas!
Yes, sir.
In future, if any letters or cables come from Mr. Jeffrey, they're to be returned unopened.
As you wish, sir.
Becky? Come in, Becky. I'm glad you want to sleep, miss.
It's one of them lonely nights.
Yes. I wonder where Miss Rose is. I shall miss her terribly.
We're all alone in the world now, aren't we, miss?
No. No, we're not alone. There's my father, you know.
Your father? But Cook says he...
You mustn't say that. It isn't true. He's not dead. He's sick or wounded somewhere, or he'd send for me. But he's not dead.
How do you know, miss?
Something inside tells me so. And sometimes I hear him calling for me.
Oh, Lord, miss.
Oh, don't rob the children of the sunshine. They won't fit your in-law.
Hubert! You're smoking.
As you see, today, my good woman, the British Army is behind me.
That uniform. You're not going to war.
Quite. To the very cannon's mouth, if need be.
But why?
Because, old girl, I'm fed to the teeth with your bullying. And your treatment of Rose and little Sarah's the last straw. I prefer the less painful horrors of the battlefield.
Are you daring to criticize me?
Astonishing, isn't it? But it proves that I'm competent to lead my men into the very jaws of death.
After this, you may never expect help from me again.
I am quite calm. For if the bloodthirsty boar spares me, the footlights will see bubbling Bertie once again.
Hubert, you wouldn't do that to me.
Oh, wouldn't I? Well, ta-ta, old girl.
Yes, Lassie?
Were you at the siege of Mafeking?
Aye. That's where I stopped the bullet that stopped me.
Then did you know my father?
Your father? What might his name be, Lassie?
Captain Reginald Crewe.
Your father a captain?
Yes. They say he is dead, but I know it can't be. And I've asked so many soldiers about him. I hope you could tell me.
No, Lassie. I'm sorry, I can't. Why don't you ask in the hospital there? Maybe they'll have some record of him.
Thank you, sir. I will. If you please, sir.
Why, the little princess as I live.
It's Mr. Bertie.
In person.
But I thought you'd gone to war.
No. Lord Roberts wanted me to, of course. But he said, Bertie, old boy, the wounded need you. So you stay here and cheer up the brave lads who have fallen in our just cause. So I'm practically in command of this hospital.
Oh, Mr. Birdie, could my father be in there?
Your father, Princess?
Yes. You see, I know he isn't dead. And I've been looking and looking. He could be among the wounded, couldn't he?
Yes.
I'm almost sure he is, somewhere. If you're in charge, could I please look for him in there?
Well,
Please.
Yes, yes, of course you may. Things like that can happen, you know.
Mr. Birdie, where do they salute you if you're in command here?
Well, discipline in a hospital is rather, lax.
Oh.
Oh, I say, Major, they're waiting for you in Ward B. There's a lot of trash up there.
Very good. I'll get one of my men to attend to it.
Get one of your what?
Well, two of my men then. Carry on.
Over there.
Sir?
What's this type doing here before visiting hours?
Well, you see, sir,
Well.
If you please, sir, the Major's helped me to find my father, sir.
The Major?
To her, sir. You see, we're old friends, sir. I knew her father, Captain Crew, who's reported killed at Mafeking. The child's sure there's some mistake, so I'm helping her search among the wounded.
Could you tell me anything about my father, sir?
Sorry, my dear, I can't. Carry on, Major.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
This little girl's father's been killed, but she insists he's alive, so I'm letting her look around. We'll try another ward.
There's old Bertie. Give us a song, lad.
Attention, men! Attention! Official inspection.
He isn't here either. But someone might know about him. If you please, sir, were you at the siege of Mafeking?
I was that, darling. It's where I picked up the bug. 'Twas no bigger than the seed of a thistledown that laid me low. Ah, the bugs down there are worse than their bullets.
Then perhaps you didn't know my father.
Faith, and I wouldn't have known my own father with the fever that was on me.
Thank you, sir.
It's all right, darling.
Hello.
If you please, sir, were you with the troops at Mafeking?
Yes, of course I was. That's where I ran away, you know.
Then did you know my father, Captain Crew?
Yes, of course. That's a fine-looking officer, isn't he? He ought to do well.
Well, where did you see my father last? Where is he now?
Where's who?
My father.
Oh, one soldier more or less doesn't make any difference, you know. I'm making thousands and thousands for England. See? Fine, strong fellows who won't be afraid as I was. I was afraid of the noise. That's why I ran away, you know.
He said he knows my father, but he won't tell.
He's living in a dream, Sarah. He doesn't know what he's saying. Come on, dear.
Don't go yet, lad. Give us a song.
Yes, give us a song, Bertie.
How about it, dear? Shall we sing them a song to cheer them up? Our old specialty, what?
Not today, Mr. Birdie.
Oh, come on, darling. Let's try and forget our own troubles and do something for these lads, shall we?
All right, I'll try.
Oh, you darling. What about the old Kent Road?
That's the one. Mackie'll play for you. Have a go at it, Mac.
Every evening at the stroke of 5, me and the missus takes a little drive. You sigh, oh wonderful, they're still alive.
If you saw that little donkey go, when we start, the blessed donkey stops. He won't move, so I quickly hops. Pounds start a whacking, and when down he drops. shop. Someone says he wasn't mine to go. I walked up a tea, all the night was bright. Who you gonna meet, Bill? Have you bought the street, Phil? Laura, I thought I should have died. I knocked him in the old Kent Road.
To meet Bill, and you hold the street, Bill, law. I thought I should have died, knocked him in the old Kent Road.
Mr. Birdie, will it be all right if I come again tomorrow?
I shouldn't run away too often, Princess. You might get punished, you know. I'll keep a sharp lookout whenever the wounded come in.
You don't really believe he'll ever come, do you?
Yes, yes, of course I do. I've told you missing men often turn up.
Then I better come. You might not know him if you were very much changed.
All right, dear. You come.
Goodbye, Mr. Birdie.
Goodbye, dear.
Are you hungry? Here. Poor little things. There won't be any worms for you this morning.
Good morning, little Mrs. Saab.
Good morning, Grandad.
Feeding your little friends?
Yes, but I couldn't save them very much for my supper last night.
Oh, it is difficult for them when the snow comes.
Ronnie! Ronnie!
Oh, Ranny! Ranny, you look as though you know you're being naughty and enjoying it.
Ronnie! For shame.
Here she is on the bookshelves.
Bookshelves?
Oh, I forgot. I pretend they're bookshelves and filled with beautiful books.
Then I better remove her before she ruins your set of Dickens. Ronnie? This is your room, Mrs. Saab?
Yes. It's so little and so high above everything that it's almost like a nest in a tree. I can lie on my soft sofa and look up in the sky through that little window on the roof.
Sofa?
It looks more like a soft sofa when it's made up. And you imagine it has down quilts and lovely cushions to curl up on.
There is a fire sometimes, of course.
Well, that is the hardest of all to imagine, especially at night. But it's lovely when you can. The grate shines so when it's polished, and the nice bright coal scuttle on the hearth. Oh, worry, miss. The cook wants you, and she's in an awful stew. Oh, my goodness. Excuse me if I run. I've got to go to the butcher's. I'll get my ears boxed if I don't hurry.
Yes, Mrs. Saab.
Listen to this. Hospital ship Mercy arrives. 1,200 wounded disembarked.
Does it give any of the names?
There ain't no list. Oh, I hope my poor Harry's among them.
A wounded husband is better than no husband at all, eh, Mint?
Becky, I've got to get to the hospital before 9 o'clock when they close the visitors. Somehow I've got to. Yes, miss.
You clumsy ox. For that, you whistle for your supper.
Oh, Mom, Shine had no lunch. You put things away before she got back from the grocer's.
Who do you think you're talking to? You'll both go hungry. Now, clean up this mess. Go on, get on with it.
Some sorry cases in this batch, Doctor.
Yes, poor devils.
Oh, Doctor.
Doctor, this man is an unknown. His papers were lost. Delirium following malarial fever.
We're very much concerned about him, sir.
Anemia, heart action weak, respiration low. All that's to be expected.
But his mind doesn't clear, sir. He has no lucid moments.
Temporary paralysis of some nerve center. Or a blood clot, possibly.
More likely to be the latter, sir. He received a nasty head wound.
Sir.
He repeatedly calls for this person, Sarah.
You can't learn who this Sarah is?
No way of finding out, sir. Till his identity is established.
Sir.
better go now, miss. I'll finish up for you. Thank you, Becky. I'll have to fly. Yes, miss.
Here, hold your horses. Where do you think you're going?
Why,
Miss Lavinia wants some coal for her fire. Hot to it.
Oh, Sarah, you look so tired, and you look hungry, too. Are you actually hungry, Sarah?
Yes, I am hungry. I'm so hungry I could eat you.
Put on plenty. My father pays for it. Just a moment. Our princess seems to be in a hurry. Could it be that she's going to a ball? Come back here and clean up that hearth. I'd like my shawl, the pink one. It's on my bed. Cover me, please. I find the room a bit chilly.
Good night, sir. Good night. Hello, Princess. What are you doing out so late?
I've come to see the new soldiers that got here today.
Not tonight, my girl. It's closing time.
But I've got to. I ran away specially.
Now then, young, and take it easy.
Please let me in. I'm sure he's here this time.
You're sure every time, Princess. I'm sorry. You run on home and come back tomorrow morning. That's a good little girl. All right, good night now.
He will recover from the effects of the fever, but I am convinced there is brain pressure.
You advise an operation, then?
Yes. Do you agree?
I do. And Dr. McNeish in Edinburgh is the man.
Yes, splendid, splendid.
List this man for removal to Edinburgh in the morning.
Yes, Doctor.
Sir. Sir.
Sarah? Where have you been? Answer me. You've been out, haven't you?
Yes, Miss Minchin.
What do you mean by disobeying my orders?
I had to. I had to look for my father.
This ridiculous search for your father. All this making believe and refusing to face facts. It's indecent. I've had enough of it. You must realize once and for all that your father is dead.
Don't you say that. He's not dead. He's not. And you can't stop me from looking for him either.
How dare you speak to me in that manner, you impudent little... I'll attend to you further in the morning.
I can't be a good soldier much longer. I'm cold, and I'm hungry, too. Do you hear? No, you don't hear. You don't hear and you don't care. You're nothing but a doll. A doll. You never had a heart to make you feel. You're just a doll.
Your Highness, please forgive me, but something has gone amiss. There is an angry woman outside to report a stolen kiss.
Tell her she must go away. Come around some other day.
I have told her, but she won't. You must see her. If you don't, she'll scream her head off.
Tell her to hush.
She won't be hushed.
Then tell her to shush.
I'm afraid she won't be shushed.
I won't be shushed. I won't be hushed. I know my rights. I know the law. And I know also what I saw.
What did you see?
I saw him.
You saw who? I mean whom?
I saw that lad steal a kiss from that shameless little miss. Don't be fooled by all their shyness. They're a wicked pair, your highness. There's a law, I understand, against kissing in this land.
There is a law that reads like this. No one is to steal a kiss.
Ah, but Princess, I've a feeling this is not a case of stealing.
Silence, fool. I know the law. What I say, I saw, I saw. What I saw...
She's on a seesaw. I saw, you saw, he saw, she saw.
On a seesaw, on a seesaw. I saw, you saw, he saw, she saw.
What she tells us may be true. And if it is, what can we do?
If you ask me, we should listen to the lad who did the kissing.
I object would not be wise. He would only tell you lies.
Let him speak. Come, lad, this way. Now then, what have you to say?
Please, your highness, I confess, when I saw such loveliness, it was too much to resist. I just thought she should be kissed. So I kissed her twice. It was very, very nice.
So he kissed her twice. It was very, very nice.
There, you see, he broke the law. What I say, I saw, I saw.
Please don't start all that again.
But he stole a kiss, that's plain.
Yes, it looks as if it's true, and I'll have to punish you.
No, please. Let me say a word. It is not the way you heard. Please, he did not steal the kiss. I gave it to him, just like this.
There, you see, I had a feeling this was not a case of stealing.
I'm not sure. It's not quite plain. Could I see that kiss again? You were right. I have a feeling this was not a case of stealing.
Right. The law has been abused. This lad has falsely been accused.
He is hers and she is his'n. That old witch should go to prison.
You're a very wicked woman.
Princess, I am only human.
Listen to the old grandmommy. You're a nasty peeping Tommy.
Banish her from here forever. Never show your face here, never.
Banish her from here forever. Never show your face here, never.
What I say, I saw, I saw. I know my rights, I know the law.
Come and sit beside me here. Your kiss has made things very clear.
Thank you, Princess.
Don't thank me. 'Twas that kiss that set you free.
Now we're through with this arraignment. Let us have some entertainment.
Bring the dancers, bring the singers,
Bring the good old welting ringers.
She pleases you?
She's a very good dancer. She looks familiar, too. I haven't waked up. Must be dreaming. I am dreaming. I must be dreaming. But it feels warm. Becky! Becky! Come quick! Becky! Becky! Yes, miss? Oh, Becky! Look! Oh, Lord, miss. Do you see what I do? I don't know what you see, but I don't think I believe what I'm seeing. Well, I never. Do you feel that? Yes, miss. Then what do you see? All I see's a fire, miss. And a table with food on it, and a rug, and a lamp, and slippers. I do indeed, miss. How did it all get here? Did you pretend it into happening? I don't know. I never pretended as good as this before. Look at these.
If the little Mrs. Saab knew, she would be over here to thank you.
I don't want to know. Who wants any thanks?
Oh, miss, you're beautiful. Thank you, Becky. Now let's try this one on you. Isn't it beautiful? Oh, yes, miss. It's perfect. And real setting, too. Let's try the slippers and see if they're real. Do they feel like slippers to you? They feel soft and warm. This feels soft and warm, too. They're as real as we are. I don't believe it's a dream after all. Do you suppose the food is real, miss? Let's see. I can smell kippers, can you? Kippers is all I live. I wonder what this is. Muffins! This tastes like a muffin. Is it one? A muffin as ever was. It must be the magic, miss. Hadn't we better be quick before it melts away? Yeah.
What sort of a night did he pass?
He rested comfortably, Doctor.
Will we be able to send him with the others?
Oh, yes, he'll stand the journey all right.
Get him ready to be sent with Group D. They'll be leaving in about an hour.
Very well, Doctor.
I hear you're being punished. Do you think we ought to offer her a chocolate?
You might let her smell them.
Miss Mitchell surely couldn't object to that. Would you care to?
I don't want to smell them, and I don't want to eat them, thank you.
You don't? Why not?
I've had much nicer things than chocolates this morning.
Listen to the princess, pretending again.
I'm not pretending. I had the most wonderful things to eat that anyone ever had.
Why, you little liar. You haven't even had breakfast.
Pardon me, but I really have. And if you'll excuse me for saying so, it isn't polite to call people liars.
How dare you talk back to me?
Was I doing that? My goodness! So sorry.
You wait till I dump this bitch on you!
Well, everything's still here, Becky. Yes, miss. Thank heaven it stopped raining. Are you going someplace, miss? To the hospital. Oh, Becky, perhaps everything is going to change for us. Perhaps I'll find my father this time and he'll take us away from here. Oh, Lord. It's the missus.
Sarah, how dare you? Why, what's happened to this room?
That's what we would like to know. When I woke up this morning, here everything was, even to the food and the fire.
Where did you get these things?
I don't know. This is because I dreamed such a beautiful dream last night that it came true.
But these articles are rare and costly. You stole them, didn't you?
Oh, no, Miss Minchin. We didn't take these things.
I'll give you one more chance to tell me the truth.
But I am telling you the truth. They just came. They did indeed, Mom.
You go to your room. This is a matter for the police.
Oh, please, Miss Minchin. Please don't call her, please.
Of course I'll call them.
Oh, Miss Minchin. Shh. We're prisoners now, sure enough, miss. And the police coming, too. I can't be arrested. Those new wounded men are at the hospital, and I've got to get there. I don't see how you can, miss. And us locked in. Come on, Becky, quick. Where are we going, miss? Follow me. Oh, I'm that frightened, miss. I'm frightened, too. This time, Becky. Come on, give me your hand. Look out. Oh, Lord, miss. Don't be afraid, Becky.
Ah, what game is this, little Mrs. Suggs?
May we please go through your house? We're running away from the police.
And a very nice game, too. Will you enter?
We'd like you very much indeed.
You seem in great haste, Mrs. Suggs. Could you not stop for a cup of tea?
Oh, thank you. We're in too big a hurry.
I see. Still playing the game of the police. I hope you escaped them safely, Mrs. Suggs.
Oh, why? Oh, no, miss. Please.
There they are. Stop them.
Oh, Becky, run, run. Sarah! Becky! Stop where you are! Becky, Sarah!
Go after the other one. I'll take care of her. Come here to me.
Watch out, Becky, don't slip. Becky, where are you?
Wretched little thief. You'll go to jail for this, both of you.
You'll never catch her. Mr. Birdie will see to that.
So that's where she's gone. Oh, did you find them, Mum? Take this little thief and don't let her out of your sight until I return. Didn't you catch her?
She dodged away in the traffic, Mum. I couldn't find her anywhere. Do you know where she's likely to be?
I do. Cappy?
Whoa.
Harvard Hospital, and hurry, please.
Sarah. Sarah.
He never stops calling for her.
Step aside a little bit, will you? Thanks. You can't go in there. No visitors allowed for an hour.
But that might be too late.
Now, run along, little girl, will you? There's a good little girl. I'm sorry, sir. No visitors allowed for an hour. But we must go in. Sorry, sir. You can stand over there, if that's all right. Thank you.
Anything, Captain Morris?
I believe he just went through the hall, nurse. We're sorry, young'un, you can't go upstairs now.
I've got you. I've got to see if my father's here before Miss Minchin catches me.
Now run along now. Do as you're told. Here, I say now, come back here. You can't go up there. You know you could be in trouble. All right, come back here. You can't go in there. You can't come in here. Come on.
Let me go. Let me go. I will, sir, he's here. I will. I will.
Orderly. What is it the child wants?
Oh, please. Please don't let him take me away.
What is it, child?
My father. They said he was killed at Mafeking, but I don't believe it. He may be here with the new wounded men. They won't let me look. And if they don't, perhaps I'll never have another chance. Can't you make them let me look?
Colonel, will you please see that this child is escorted through the wards?
With permission, I shall accompany her personally, Your Majesty.
What is your name?
Victoria, what is yours?
Sarah. Oh, Your Majesty.
Colonel,
I hope you will find your father, my dear. A thorough search, Colonel.
Oh, thank you, Your Majesty.
Goodbye, my dear.
Goodbye.
Have you been through any of the wards yet?
Not today, sir.
I think we'd better cover this wing first. We're searching for a patient.
Yes, sir.
Go right along, dear.
All right.
Thank you, darling.
Miss Rose!
Sarah, darling.
Sarah!
Oh, Mr. Jeffrey, you're home. You're back again. Now you can tell me where my daddy is.
Well, Jeffrey didn't get as far as Mafeking did.
Then you don't know? You didn't even see him?
No, dear. I didn't. I'm sorry.
You found him?
Oh, no, sir. This is my friend, Mr. Jeffrey, and his wife, Mr. and Mrs. Hamilton.
How do you do?
I'm afraid I can't introduce you because I don't know your name.
Colonel Gordon.
This is Colonel Gordon. He's helped me to search the hospital.
Don't bother.
How do you do, sir?
I'm very happy to know you both. From Mafeking?
No, sir. An army mule, and a British mule at that.
That's adding insult to injury.
Sorry, sir. It's time for the patient's drops.
Ooh, I'd rather face that mule.
I'll come back later, Miss Rose, just as soon as I've gone through the other wards.
I'll wait for you, dear.
Goodbye. Goodbye.
Goodbye, sir. Be sure to come back, Sarah.
I will.
Poor little thing. She'll never stop hoping.
I insist that you send for my brother.
Very well, Mum, but you can't get in, brother or no brother.
We will get in. My brother will see to that.
I hope you're right, Mum.
All filled now. This man will have to wait for the next ambulance.
All right.
I think you better take him into the waiting room. These halls are much too drafty.
I think I'd better.
I'm very sorry you couldn't find your father.
Thank you just the same, sir.
He may be on the next convoy of wounded. I wouldn't give up hope.
I won't, sir.
Goodbye and God bless.
Bye.
I know that they were stolen.
Sarah Steele, preposterous.
I have proof, and I intend to turn her over to the authorities. She's in this hospital, and I intend to find her.
Now, look here, you...
I insist that every room be searched.
Sarah. Sarah.
Daddy?
Sarah.
Daddy! Oh, Daddy, it is you. I found you. I found you. They said you were dead, but I knew you weren't. I knew you'd come back. Oh, Daddy, hold me. Hold me close. You won't ever go away again, will you? Will you, Daddy? What's the matter, Daddy? Why don't you talk to me?
Sarah.
Don't you know me, Daddy? I'm Sarah. I'm Sarah.
Sarah. Where is my daughter?
Oh, Daddy, something's happened to you. Mr. Birdie! Mr. Birdie! Oh, Daddy, you've got to know me. Look at me. Look at me. Oh, Daddy.
You mustn't cry. You mustn't cry. We must be good soldiers, you know.
But I have been a good soldier, Daddy, and you don't know me.
My little Sarah never cries.
But I'm Sarah. I'm Sarah.
Yes. Yes. Sarah. Sarah! My baby.
Oh, Daddy, you
Oh, my
do know
darling.
me.
Sarah, my darling.
You know me.
My baby, Sarah. Sarah. Oh, Sarah, my darling.
Oh, don't be ridiculous, Amanda.
Then how do you account for those silk coverlets, those robes, and other things that are there?
Perhaps a little bird brought them in. Perhaps they grew legs and walked in. I don't know. All I do know is that little Sarah wouldn't steal.
Bertie!
Yes?
Bertie, what do you think has happened? The little princess has found her father.
She's found him.
Captain Crewe is alive?
Of course he's alive. How could she find him if he wasn't alive?
Oh, Mr. Birdie, I found my father.
Darling, I'm so glad.
Your Majesty.
Welcome to Public Pictures Theater and our feature presentation, The Little Princess. And tonight we have our wonderful panel discussion. We've got Jackie and we've got Sarah. I'm Dr. Jim Lenze, one of the communications media faculty at IUP. So we watched The Little Princess with Shirley Temple. How many of you have ever heard of Shirley Temple before watching this film? And why do you know Shirley Temple?
My mom played like all of her movies at home when I was
So you
little.
actually saw the movies?
Yeah.
Okay, and Jackie?
I remember the Time Warner Classic commercial of the box set of the Shirley Temple movies.
Yeah.
Remember hearing that, and always, you know, I don't remember watching too many of her films, but I remember my mom always talking about Shirley Temple.
Right. Shirley Temple had one of the most storied careers in all of film. And so she is one of the mega stars and still remembered today, even though her films were many years ago. And so it was kind of a pleasure to watch this, actually one of my favorite films that we've done so far. So let's talk about it. What did you think of The Little Princess?
I really enjoyed it. I don't remember as a kid thinking about the storyline or the character development, but as a younger adult watching it, I found it was really interesting. I liked the levels of things and how certain things would come back to the end of the film that we would see in the beginning and they would carry out through the end.
Like what?
So I liked the whole Becky bit where she was really nice to Becky and she was friends with Becky then at the end, or the servant who was across the street from her and she would see him in the window and then he came to be a big friend for her in the end. The old man who would come through different sequences, and I found that was really interesting. Just how they could connect things throughout that they would reference in the beginning of the film.
The film is nicely layered. There are a lot of themes that just go through, characters that go throughout, and it does have that going for it. What did you think, Jackie?
It's a classic story. I mean, who doesn't love the story of the Little Princess? I think every little girl wants to be just like Sarah Crewe, you know, kind and loving, and everyone loves her and she equally loves everyone else. And it's just a beautiful story.
Yeah, there aren't too many characters in the film that don't like her, and she's hard not to like.
Right.
She does not come off as the spoiled little girl. So it takes me a little while every time I watch Shirley Temple to get past the baby talk. That's sort of there. And yet she quickly develops this plucky little person, I'm going to go out and conquer these major life problems, and you can't help but like her. And it was a big part of her career. So who was your favorite character? What did you like? Who's the one who stood out to you?
Personally, I liked Miss Rose. I thought she was really sweet, the teacher.
Yes.
I really liked her storyline, and I liked in the dream sequence that they had, the dance sequence, how they talked about stolen kisses, and everything was kind of in rhymes, and I liked how they had that little bit in there, and they talked about how she was also in love with the army soldier, and how that was such a strange thing, and how she wasn't supposed to love him because she was a teacher, and she wasn't supposed to end up with him, but she still did anyways, and they got married at the end, and I thought that was very sweet. When I was watching it, I actually didn't expect her father to come back. I thought like that the soldier would come back, and Rose and the soldier would get married, and they would adopt little Sarah. I thought that's kind of where the story was going, so I really liked her character and how kind she was, and she treated Sarah and all the girls like they were adults the whole time, not like they were children that had to be told what to do or pushed around. So I really appreciated her character.
Great. Jackie?
My favorite character was the Indian man who lived across from Sarah.
Played by Cesar Romero, the Joker from Adam West Batman.
Yes. Yes. I thought that character, I mean, it was just a small part, and if you really think about it, you know, what purpose did this character really have? But my favorite part was whenever he sees that Sarah got put in the attic, and her room's not as luxurious as it was before. And he surprises her by bringing her this beautiful meal and bringing in all these beautiful tapestries and slippers and robes for the girls. And I just really liked that. That made him my favorite character.
You know, it does really make you feel warm towards him, and it is a lovely part of the story. Part of me thought if I was making a parody of this, I would have the Indian servant talking to the rich old gentleman and saying, you know, we have enough money to pay off her debt easily and take care of her for the rest of our lives. But instead of that, why don't we plant luxuries in her room that she couldn't possibly afford and get her arrested for thievery?
That sounds like more fun.
Great idea. Let's do that, you know? And I'm like, why can't you just come out and say it? And this is really setting her up for a major fall. And it does.
Yeah.
And yet for the movie, you get this, oh, they woke up in what they thought was a dream sequence where they're covered in all these wonderful things, and you love to see these little girls who have been so mistreated suddenly feeling great about it. So what is your least favorite character?
I don't like Sarah. For me, I don't like Shirley Temple. I don't know. For me, until she got to her birthday and her father was presumed to be dead and she was moved up to the attic, her character really bothered me. I did feel like she was a little bit pretentious, just in the way she acted around the other girls. And
I'm just too perfect for words.
Yeah, or like when she would talk to people, you're like, oh, that's what she's supposed to do. She's supposed to seem kind, but really she's just like judging them the whole time. So I didn't like her character. And some of her deliveries of lines were a little bit, she had a scrunched up face when she would deliver the lines. And for me, it was a little bit like she was angry about it, or she was trying to be not as kind to the other people. So I didn't like her as much as some of the other characters in the film. But by the end, I felt like she had redeemed herself and she had become a better person by the end of it.
All right.
But for the majority of the movie, I really did not.
Wow.
Yeah,
I never thought I'd meet somebody who didn't like Shirley Temple, but okay.
Well, and someone who didn't like her when she was named Sarah, like myself. So.
How do you feel about Miss Minchin's treatment of Sarah after the news of her father's death?
I was pretty appalled. I mean, I didn't like Miss Minchin to begin with. I mean, she didn't even want to take Sarah in until she realized, oh, her dad has a lot of money. I'm going to get a lot of money from this girl. And she had no compassion. I mean, this girl believes that her father just died. She has no mother. This girl's alone in the world. And what does she throws her in an attic.
Yeah.
Like, that's terrible. Miss Minchin has no heart.
So what should Miss Minchin have done? Do we expect Ms. Minchin to adopt Sarah and raise her as her own and absorb those expenses? Do we expect her to send her to the poorhouse and forgive the expenses? What do we expect Ms. Minchin to do? So I think it's easy to say she threw her in an attic, she's a horrible person. But what was she supposed to do?
My problem was her first reaction was not to throw her in the attic, was to throw her in the street. So there was like no compassion. It was just, we're going to throw her out. Like,
Right.
I don't have room for her. I don't want her here. And then she was talked into having her live in the attic and work off her debt by the lawyer. So I think that when your first reaction as a caretaker of children is to throw a helpless child who has
Yes.
no family out into the street, that maybe should not be your first reaction.
And we agree, she's evil.
Yes,
Okay?
yeah.
And I think she's evil. Okay? Before you put all the hate comments in YouTube, Ms. Minchin's evil. Okay. Let's go. But yeah, I agree with you. Her first reaction is, I'm going to throw her to the street. Her second reaction is, okay, I'll keep her, but I'm going to make her, she's going to live barely subsistence. And you wouldn't want a dog to live the way that little girl was living.
Right. Sell a horse, sell her pony.
Yeah.
And
Brilliant.
maybe, you know, let Sarah, you know, like she did, let her work there and be some assistance. I mean, she still has to feed her, but I mean, clearly she's not going to be taking her horse lessons now.
Sure,
So.
and treat her and the other servants humanely.
Exactly.
This is Public Pictures Theater. I'm Dr. Jim Lenze, and I hope you've enjoyed our feature presentation, The Little Princess. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share this video, and we'll see you next time. Goodbye.